I decided to record this part, Aurelio, so you guys can watch it later if you need to. We go back to,
I can't wait to play.
all right, here we go. All right, so over here on this side, do you see where the number one is right here, right, Sean?
Yeah.
And then if I go way over here, do you see how there's a one and a two on this side?
Uh-huh.
See that? Okay, good. So there's two sections to this part of the test. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Section one is right here. It says click the boxes to match each source with the idea or ideas that it supports. Some ideas may have more than one source selected. So right here is where you're going to see the ideas that they're talking about. The first idea is astronauts feel weak when they come back from space. And then over here, after that, it says source one, what is an astronaut? And then it says source number two, life in space. And I want you to look now on the left side here, and you're going to see source number one, what is an astronaut? That is what they're talking about right here. That's what that means. That's source one right here. Source one. And then what is an astronaut? Okay.
Okay.
Um, so you're going to read this article and you're going to see, does that article talk about astronauts feel weak when they come back from space? If you don't see it in this article, source one, then it might be in source number two called Life in Space. So if I scroll down, keep scrolling, 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 and here I see source number two, Life in Space.
Oh, what?
I
What
know.
happened to Romeo?
I think he's having internet problems. That's why I'm recording this so he can watch it later. But
Um,
okay, so this is the second source. Do you know how, remember when you wrote about deserts and you had two
yeah.
sources? You had one that was called the Sahara Desert and then one that was called the Gobi Desert. Remember that?
Huh?
Think of it like that. Source one is called What is an Astronaut? And then
Huh?
source number two is called Life in Space. They're two different sources, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to see if in this one called Life in Space, see if it talks about astronauts feel weak when they come back from space. All right. So, and then
Oh,
the second
okay.
idea says, since objects are also able to float in space, astronauts can easily lift things in space that are heavy on Earth. Okay, so that I'm going to show you where that is so you know how to find it. I'm scrolling back up to this article right here. This is the one called What is an Astronaut? Okay,
Uh-huh. Okay.
good. Okay, and then if I scroll down to right here, do you see the sentence I put in blue?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read that sentence to me.
Objects in the spaceship can also float, so astronauts can lift and move heavy things easily.
There you go. So that sentence supports this idea. It says, since objects are also able to float in space, astronauts can easily lift things in space that are heavy on Earth. Do you see how those are almost exactly the same? They're a little different, but they're really, really close.
Yeah.
So that means that this was in the first article called What is an Astronaut? So I put a little check. I just click the box and it puts a check mark in it.
Okay.
Okay. So that one I found. Now, I want you to also, I'm just going to show you what it's going to look like. We're back on what is an astronaut. And then look at this sentence on this one called What is an astronaut? Read that blue sentence.
Astronauts who see Earth from space say that is round like a ball.
Good. And now I want you to read this sentence.
Astronauts have a special view of Earth from space.
So see how those are not the exact sentence, but they are talking about seeing the Earth from space. Both of them talk about that. They get to see the Earth from space. So that means that idea is also in source one. So I'm going to click that box because I found it in this one called What is an Astronaut? Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to show you about this other one that says astronauts feel weak when they come back from space. I know it's in this other article because I saw it earlier. Um, Let me see if I can find it for you really quick. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Wait, muscle gets weaker, astronauts. Right here. Go ahead and read that blue sentence to me.
Astronauts? Other muscles and their bones can also be weaker.
Good.
And
And
this one, astronauts feel weak when they come back from space.
yes, good, right, Sean. I'm so glad you saw that. So I found that one in the second article because remember, this is called source number two, life in space. And see how it says life in space over here?
Uh,
So now I'm going to check that box. Now I'm done with that page. See how I found each one of those things, and you have to check the box of the source that you find it in. Okay, that's how you do that part. Okay. And then that means I'm done with number one. Now I will go over here to number two on the right. Now, number two is a little bit different. You see this big box right here?
huh?
This is where you can type, and this is where you're going to put a short answer. This one's not going to be big paragraphs yet. Okay. This is just a short answer. It says, explain why it is hard to be an astronaut. Give two reasons, one from source number one and one from source number two. For each reason, include the source, title, or number. So it's going to go like this. It look at what it's wanting you to explain right here. It
Huh?
says explain why it is hard to be an astronaut. The first thing you do is type that out. It is hard to be an astronaut. Just like that, you got your first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Then it says give two reasons. So this is where you got to come back over here. This will always be here, by the way, on the left side. So you can scroll through this as much as you need to during the test.
Okay.
So it says give two reasons. So let's see, I'll help you pick one just for the sake of time here. Um, Here we go. Astronauts train for hundreds of hours. That would be hard to do, right? They have to train a lot. So I found that sentence in source number one. So I'm going to say this because it's wanting a reason from source number one. So I'm going to say in source
Yeah.
one, it says astronauts train for hundreds of hours. Okay, there's my source one.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to go down to source number two because I have to find a reason why it's hard to be an astronaut there too. Um, I don't think you've read this one yet, but go ahead and read this blue sentence. It's interesting.
In in space, more blood flows to the astronaut's heads, so their faces get puffy and their necks get bigger.
Isn't that weird?
What?
That's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. So I'm going to put that part. I'm going to say in source two, it says that astronauts um blood flows to their heads while they are in space,
That doesn't
and
really
it
mean.
makes their faces puffy and their necks bigger. Boom. There. See how I have three sentences is all you need for this little box. You're going to restate what they want you to say. So I
Okay.
started with, it is hard to be an astronaut. And then it says give two reasons, one from source one and one from source two. And that's what I did. In source one, it says astronauts train for hundreds of hours. In source two, it says that astronauts' blood flows to their heads while they are in space and it makes their faces puffy and their necks bigger.
I
There you
know
go.
that's so nasty and
I know it's
weird.
kind of gross, huh?
Hmm.
Okay, so now you're done with one and two. And this is when you come over here to this part of the test where you see back and you see next. You would click next, and your teacher is going to help you with this part. Okay. And now you're going to see number three. Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so number three is the essay part of the test. This is where, if I scroll down on this side, you're going to see a big box. This is where you type your paragraphs. And this is when you use your keyword outline. Okay. And um, what you're going to do is, I'm just going to highlight this part right here. You decide to write information, you will decide. Read this sentence right here.
Using using more than one source develop a main idea, but being an astronaut.
About being an astronaut. And that's what you guys have been working on for your homework. Okay.
Okay.
So, but when you're doing the actual test, you're going to use the sources they give you over here. Source one, what is an astronaut? And source two, life in space. And then you're going to write some paragraphs with that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn that off for a second. I just want you to know what that looks like. Now you know. So when you do the test, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember this. Mrs. C showed me this.
Mhm.
But now I want you to get out the papers that we worked on last week. You have your checklist that we made. And I want you to find this one where we started your keyword outline. Do you have this one?
Huh?
Hopefully. You got it?
Or might have it.
Well,
Because
do you?
Sophia might have ripped it up.
Oh, no. All right, get out a clean piece of paper then.
Okay.
You need a clean line one. Don't let anybody touch it.
I know, I keep it inside of my binder.
Oh, maybe you need to hide your binder. Okay,
Did
you got paper?
yeah,
Oops.
but oh yeah, I put like somewhere.
All
I
right.
should let me get put up. I need to get clean piece of paper.
Okay.
There on a piece of paper. I'll be right back. I have to go get a clean piece of paper.
Okay. Okay. Hurry.
Okay. Wait. No, never mind. There's a clean paper right here. Ah, we can fly. Okay, I'm done.
Got all right. Um, you're gonna work on Roman numeral two this week. So go ahead and put Roman numeral two. You already did Roman numeral one, but go ahead and put Roman numeral two, and then you're gonna do one through five.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and write clincher under that, and remember topic in the margin.
I'm done.
Okay, and then skip a line and do Roman numeral three and one through five and clincher and topic.
1, 2, 3, 4. No!
Okay, so next to Roman numeral two, I want you to write life in space. space. And then in parentheses, I want you to put source number 2, like that. Okay.
What do you put in?
Right here. Life in space. This is next to Roman numeral 2. Life in space, and then in parentheses, source number 2.
Life in space. Okay, did that?
All right. Now, do you have the packet still that had the sources about being an astronaut? Do you still have that packet? It
Um,
it looks like this. Your mom should have printed it for you. It looks
um, yeah, yeah.
you still have it?
Hmm.
Do you have it right now in front of you?
No, it's inside of my car because I did it when I was
Oh.
going to my brother's soccer practice. So it's still inside
Okay,
my
you're
car.
gonna need it, but if your mom needs to print you a new copy, she can print you a new copy. But the second source in that packet is called Life in Space, okay? And then this third paragraph, I'm gonna have you actually write a sentence right here next to Roman numeral 3, and I want you to put the most important thing about being, I'm running out of space here. I'll just use number 1 too. An astronaut is blank.
What is it called?
The
Mo?
most important thing about being an astronaut is blank. And I used Roman numeral 3 and I had to go down to Roman numeral 1. I mean regular 1 right here because I ran out of space. But that's okay. I want you to write the most important thing about being an astronaut is blank.
Hint. Thing of being a how you spell astronaut? A-S-T-R-O
Astronaut.
N-A-U-T
Yes,
T
is blank.
is blank.
And you're going to finish that sentence for your first sentence of your third paragraph. And then see how I made this little arrow between the 2 and the 5?
Huh?
Make a little side arrow like that between the 2 and the 5.
Okay.
And then in the margin, I want you to put use details
Yeah.
from source
Use
1
details.
and 2. Yep, let me zoom in here so you can see. Use details. That just means like use the facts and the details. Use details from source 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's 10. It's, it's 10. Source
Yeah,
1.
after you finish that, we'll be done, but go ahead and
I'm
write that
done.
down. So you're going to do, I want you to circle Roman numeral 2 and Roman numeral 3. You're going to add 2 more paragraphs under the one that you already did. That's your homework this week, okay?
Okay.
Any questions about that?
No.
Okay, Raishan. I'll see you next week then.
Okay,
All right,
bye.
bye.